Hey guys, it's Andrew with Hoffman Lawn Fertilization. Today I want to talk tips and tricks, and we're going to go over some proper mowing techniques to make your lawn look its most desirable with fantastic stripes. The key to the best lines, the best stripes in somebody's grass is going to be the straight lines. How do you come up with that straight pass and you don't have these zigzags and a bunch of mohawks all over the turf? As you can see behind me, I've got a light line which is going away and a dark line which is coming towards. So for best results with your turf to keep it its healthiest, we do need to change up these line directions on a weekly basis. The key to success is your very first pass. If you have a straight line, maybe a sidewalk in the front or a house or a fence, you can run your pass next to that and then just follow to and from as you keep going across the lawn. But sometimes that scenario doesn't play out. Maybe you've already used that straight line like a sidewalk or your fence the previous week, and now you need to run diagonal. Okay, so we're set up for our first pass. We've chosen the direction that we're gonna mow this week. Normally when you do mow, we always recommend that you at least do 2 perimeter passes around each section of turf that you're gonna be mowing. Let's pretend we did that here. And let's assume that there is not an opportunity for a straight pass along your 2 perimeter passes. So we're gonna cut this lawn right down the middle. So if I want all of my passes to be straight, it really starts and counts with that very first line that I make. Let's go ahead and lay down our first stripe now. So as I'm making this first pass, my main focus is I'm paying attention to my hands, my controls, trying to keep it straight. All right, so we've laid down our first pass. It's not terrible, but man, I can definitely see some turns and curves in that. And if I were to follow that first pass all the way down throughout this lawn, it would be wavy as all get out. So we're gonna start over from the top with this. All right, so for this next pass, we're gonna redo our very first pass, right? And here's a little tip so you can get that perfect straight line is as I'm making that first pass down there, I'm not gonna pay attention to my hand controls. I'm not gonna watch my caster wheels to see if they're moving left or right. All I'm gonna do is fixate my eyes on something down there, and I'm gonna drive straight at it, and the entire time that I'm doing this first pass, I'm never gonna take my eyes off of it. All right, so I think we've seen some success. Definitely less wibble and wobble as I was making my way down there. Now we've got to come back. My technique for that is I pay attention to maybe my caster wheel or something on the edge of my deck. I have it lined up where it's just barely hovering over this white line here, this light line, right? I'm probably gonna hit some bumps along the way, so I do wanna hover over that pass, but I wanna leave as much of that tire mark as possible because that's gonna be my light stripe, and now I'm gonna make the dark stripe coming back towards you. Another thing, as I'm making this pass, this tire mark on my right side, I'm gonna be looking for this line right here. So I'm gonna come up just on the left side of that. All right, you guys, I think we've seen some success with these 2 passes. To get the rest of this turf, it would be so forth and so on, just working your way back and forth. And then there might be corrections, and that's, you know, for a later video on how to straighten up your passes if you've screwed them up. If you're looking for some tips and tricks on how to turn a 0 turn without making turn marks with that pivot wheel, please check our channel. Other than that, like and subscribe. Check out our website, hoffmanslawncare.com. So one thing that I do know is Stripe Nation, YouTube is gonna rip me apart on this how to make straight lines, you know what I mean, with a mower. But I mean, if you've got better tips and tricks, I guess what, they can just throw it in the comments below, right?